Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing this review on my top speed Mclaren Senna. We're going to be going over the features and what I do and do not like about this model. So let's get into it. So first up, I guess we'll start with the front. Immediately you'll notice that there's no like real mesh grille. That front piece right there is just straight plastic. You can't see through it. And I think that's like something that immediately strikes me with this car that kind of bothers me. I got this car when it first came out for about $170. Maybe 160, I can't remember. But that was a lot of money. And this was my first big model after the Maestos. So I was really excited to get into the hobby, and I didn't really know at the time how good a model could be. And that's one of the things that I wish I knew before picking up this model, is just kind of the lack of detail that this car has. I mean, you'll immediately notice the paint does look very good. There's a bit of a fleck to it, which I really like. And overall it's a good looking car from a distance, but when you start to get in closer and see some of the details, the car might start to bother you a little bit. And like one of those things would be the headlights. So those daytime running lights, they don't look very good. They really just stuck those on there. You can kind of see the glue residue when the light shines on it, around it and inside of it. So it doesn't look great, to be honest, those details. Sorry, let's see. The headlights though, up here inside, they do look pretty decent. There is a bit of detail in there. You see those lines. Not bad for the headlights. The fins though, those also bother me, because they're not very detailed. Inside it's just, you see that piece of plastic in there, doesn't look very good. You do have some of those nostrils up into the front of the car, which not bad. Just plastic underneath there too, so nothing really going on in there. Also, when you look at the top of the hood, there should be radiator fans in there, but again, they just put plastic in there. Doesn't look very good. From the side, you do get, and this was one of the things why I really wanted this car, is because it has that carbon fiber to it, that carbon fiber look. And I know I'm doing a really bad job just trying to show you guys, because the weave is really, really small. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. So it does look good. You do get that that central vein. Sorry, it's getting out of focus. You do get that central vein going down the middle, which I thought was really sweet when I first saw the car. And I was pretty happy about that. I think for one of my first big models, there is a whole lot of carbon fiber on it, which I do appreciate. Sorry, let's get this back into focus, or try to at least. All right. Well, let's continue with it. The wheels, like I said, do look really good, and so do the brake discs. You see that they're drilled, which is a really nice detail of the model. Orange brake calipers as well. Do they say McLaren on it? Yeah, they say McLaren on it. It's just really hard to tell. Yeah, they do say McLaren on it, which is nice. Mirrors, they also have the carbon finish on it. And then, one of my favorite things is you get that side window on the door. That's one of the coolest features of this car, that you can actually see through it, which I really like. Sorry, excuse the fingerprint. Below you get carbon fiber door, I guess, I don't remember the word, side skirts, that's right. They look pretty good too. Going with the vents inside, again, you get that fake mesh. You can't see through it, which is a bummer. Because there's really so many vents on this car that, you know, if you could see through it or if it was mesh, then it would look really nice. Again, with the back wheel, you get those drilled rotors again. Pretty decent tires. There's no writing on the side, which I think was a bit of a missed opportunity, but nonetheless, not terrible. The tire tread is also, you know, it's decent enough, I think, for the model. But getting back here, and getting back here is where the model really starts to fall apart for me. Like I said, you get that closed mesh grille. You can't see any of the details through, which bothers me. And then again with the diffuser, just straight plastic, you know, doesn't really give you much to look at back here, to be honest. No license plate, which I do like. And then you get a nice little Mclaren badge right there too. The taillights, you know, you don't really see on this car. They are, they're kind of like tinted taillights. I think they should have been a little bit brighter. So, you know, again, like the model starts to fall apart back here really bad. Exhaust does look decent. You get that nice silver finish with it. A silver metal. It looks really nice, I will say. And then just a bunch of carbon fiber back here. And I know it's really hard to see. And excuse me for that. Let's see if we can get a view. Well, there's some carbon fiber around here. Like I said, this whole area is carbon fiber. The whole spoiler is carbon fiber. And I was really happy with that when I first got the car. Just carbon fiber everywhere. All right, and another feature that really just makes me very angry is this right here. No glass. You can't see the engine. It's just blacked out. And right here again, that should be mesh on the real car. So you're lacking so much detail in this model. And for when I got this model, for when it came out, $160. I think if you're even paying $140 for this car, you're paying too much, because you're missing so much detail right here. You know, I think it really, you know, doesn't do the car any favors. And again, like from a distance, yeah, it looks really good, but you don't get, you know, all the features that you may want. So let's keep going though. And again, the roof snorkel looks good. You know, nothing too crazy. It has one, which is awesome. And then the glass on the top, it's also blacked out. Like, you should be able to see through there into the cabin, because I think they did do a pretty good job on the interior of this car, but we're just not letting enough light into the vehicle to really see. Like, this window right here is blacked out. Again, like I said, the sunroof is blacked out, so you can't see through it, which, you know, kind of stinks, because the interior of the car is actually nice. And let's see if we can kind of see it, but you get those orange gas struts on the door. The steering wheel, if it'll focus, sorry, kind of, yeah, but you know, you could see in there, it all looks pretty good. And again, really sorry for the bad camera action going on, but you see the silver around the vents and on the screen right there below for the knob. And yeah, I mean, it just, you know, if we just had some more light in the interior, which they easily could have done, then, you know, we would be able to admire this model a lot more. So, you know, like I said, you know, I think compared to the Auto Art model, which is, you know, I don't know what these are trading for about now. I would assume maybe $140 or $130 if you're lucky. But yeah, I think if you want to enjoy this car, go get the Auto Art one. It's $100 more. Yes, that is, you know, a more hefty investment, but this car, if you're gonna spend already, you know, that much money and get something like this just to have it in your collection, I don't think that's worth it, to be honest. I think you're way better off going with that auto art, and you'll be a lot happier in the long run. Because when I look at this model and I think about how much I've spent on it and the lack of features it has, I've spent $60 on some really nice Paragon models with flocked carpets, opening doors, you know, good features that you would expect on a model at this price point that you're not getting. And like I said, every time I look at it and I see that there's no mesh and we're missing a whole bunch of details that we should have had in the rear. We can't even see through the roof of the car or the engine bay. I doubt there's even an engine in this car. It's probably just hollow back there and they just wanted to get something out. You know, it really makes me angry. And not to mention that this is like the launch spec of the car pretty much. And, you know, this is like, I think, the most basic color combo of the car. Besides the red with the blue accents. You know, so it's not really special in my opinion. It is cool. I'm glad I have it just because, you know, I'm already in and I can't go back now. But, you know, if I could have gone back, I would have waited and got the auto art model if I knew it was coming. But like I said, this was my first high-end model. And this is one of 999. So they are a little rare, I'd suppose, but you know, I don't think that this is a great model. I really don't. So if you're considering getting this car, I would highly recommend you to go with the auto art. I think you'll be a lot more happy in the long run. And I think if you're thinking about this car as an investment, I don't really think these are great investments, especially this one. If you're going to go with one to hold its value, the auto art is going to do that a lot better than this car will ever do. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions about this car, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you for tuning in.